Hello ladies and gentlemen, Finn here and welcome to Destiny 2 Season of the Splicer Week 2, and in today's video I'll be going over the Week 2 storyline and what it's about, also going over Ada 1's transmog system, and we'll be also going over things that I might have missed last week and the new Moon mission override, which is really cool. I've played it a bunch and it's really sick, plus some of my views based on the new transmog system, that is a bit grindy or it's good or bad. Hope you guys enjoyed this new video and I'll see you in the next one.
Guardian, I greet you in the light. We should learn from your example. We struggle to make a home under this endless night. Supplies spoil more quickly. The air leeches life from all we have. I have never seen corruption like this. It is unknown to me. When you are ready, I will guide you to where the Vex are most vulnerable. They are difficult to predict. They do not behave as they should. I think they guard powerful secrets. Tighten your gauntlet, and let us take them.
Following a fallen into battle makes my trigger finger itch. Watch your back, Guardian. Destroy the Vex, yield the right source of data. Feed it into the terminal to crash the system. connection. The Vex think they can outsmart you. Crush their simple passcode.
The machines spawn collect their forces. Gather your light and prepare for battle.
Mithrax has located many data caches. Like fuel for your splicer, huh? Judging by the Vex response, your fancy splicer glove is working. Keep at it.
The network repairs like a body healing a cut. Disrupt the passcode to keep the splice alive. The vortex gathers energy, moving from potential to material. Your splice nears completion. The vortex resists manifestation. A final surge of data will force it into being. I can feel the Vex mind stirring. It is aware of your presence. Prepare for its violence.
their last attempt to lock you out. The vortex is almost open. This vortex could lead anywhere. Be careful, Guardian.
Network defenses will grow stronger. Own your will, and prepare to face the subjugated mind. Now you see the subjugated mind. Keeper of this domain. Destroy it to secure the data.
isn't as simple as giving them permission. Zavala expressly forbade it, and yet, Guardians continue to use the darkness. Some without issue, others. There have been incidents.
You see what became of Aramis. But Mithrax also sees Guardians using the darkness to defend Alexei.
Nothing is ever as simple as it seems on the surface.
We We have already surrendered too much. Now they want more. Meat, cloth, medicine, people things.
We ask for no more than you can give.
This endless night, it drains us. Our resources are spread too thin. What you give to them, you take from the mouths of our citizens.
All right. That's enough. Ikora was firm. I am to provide for the Elixni as if they were our own people.
Our own people. Lakshmi was right. You are too political an animal, Osiris.
The House of Light. We wish to destroy the Vex, to aid the Guardian. Same as you, yes?
Do not start with this. Tell me, Mithrax, were I in one of your cities, would you bow to all of my demands?
We would give you anything you asked for.
Because you are so generous?
Because we would wish to live.
I see. You are fighting for your people as I would fight for mine, yes? It is true. Split the supplies as Ikora says. Anything to make this false night pass more quickly.
Interesting.
Earlier, I could not speak openly to Osiris, to the Saint. I wanted to shout. Have you been beneath the great machine so long that you cannot survive without its bounty? But fear stopped my words. Yes, my Elixni are here, warm, safe, inside high walls. But this endless night, it is like a weapon. It attacks the heart. An invisible foe sieges your people, so they look desperately for an enemy. And after so long with nothing, my people finally have something to lose. Please, Guardian, seize more data from the Vex, and let us shatter this foul night. For the sake of all.
People of the last city, Commander Zavala and I have been touched by the generosity and kindness you've shown toward our new Elixni neighbors. We also understand the reluctance some have shown toward their resettlement. To those who mistrust our arrangement, let me remind you that this very city was founded by refugees. We sought shelter not only from alien aggressors, but from other humans. The bandits and warlords that profited from our suffering. So it is with the Elixni. For the first time in our shared history, we need the Elixni, and they need us. Together with Mithrax and his sacred splicers, we can end the endless night. But only if we stand united for the betterment of all.
After just finishing the week 2 of Season of the Splicer, I have to say it was definitely shorter than week 1, but it definitely was filled with a lot of dialogue and mentions of other things, and I really loved it. It was a decent week, but like I said, it was quite short, and I hope next week is not as short. I hope it's a bit more lengthier, but I think it was really cool. Now it's time for the thing that I missed last week, which was the Ikora dialogue near the very beginning of week 1's quest. I did miss it completely, because there's only very limited dialogue from Ikora this season, from the intro mission, the intro of the season, and that's about it of Ikora's dialogue, apart from the home base of the Fallen now in the This is the last city, and that's about it. Hope you guys have a listen.
It has been some time since you and I have worked together. That's going to change. As internal affairs falls under my purview, you'll be reporting to me for this operation. Mithrax has kept his promise. His splicers work tirelessly to decode the data you pulled from the Vex network. Zavala and I have every confidence that this was the right decision. Years of hidden operations coming to fruition in our time of need. The Elixni would say, the great machine provides. But if Osiris hadn't suggested we contact Mithrax directly, all could have been wasted. Guardian, we are all made to believe that loss is how we grow. It took me decades to see that it is not the pain we learn from, but the risk, the chances we take, and the strength to see them through. Here in the city, every new life can begin in peace, without fear, without loss. We need only set aside the past. While you're in the field, I've asked Saint 14 to oversee the Elixni settlement. If we can turn the Kellbreaker into an advocate for House Light, then others will follow. I hope he's feeling generous. Where the darkness seeks to divide us, we need only offer out a hand. It's on your shoulders.
And now it's time for transmog and its tutorial missions on how to do it. I originally started the transmog tutorial back in week 1, but I just finished it this week on week 2. It was such a grind near the end of the mission because there's a certain step where you got to grind the material to then be able to do the next step and then finish it, and then, well, you can now do it from now on until you hit the cap. And yeah, the quest line was alright. We spoke to Ada more, we did some missions back on Europa. It was pretty cool.
Before I opened my doors to... I watched you thrash through your collective existence. Loss never so much as hindered your destructive stride. The Red War, a Vanguard's death, mere hiccups. Back then, I judged you as callous. I assumed it was easy for you to rebuild, because your condition makes you incapable of caring about anything ephemeral. Now, I find myself in a dark hour, and I must admit I am envious of your tenacity. The Black Armory was founded to stand against the coming shadow. But when the darkness returned and our defenses faltered, my work made no difference. Humanity's focus shifted to the stars, and now the forges are gone. If I hope to maintain the Armory's legacy, it's clear I must build something new. The fallen refugees who fled Europa tell of some unfinished Braytech research on matter programming. I believe it could be a new start for the Armory. I've used the Vanguard network to download as much as I can, but some branches can't be accessed remotely, and Europa remains a dangerous front for the Lightless. I need you to enter the Braytech facilities and download the data manually.
As a warning, you will be going back to Ada 1 throughout this tutorial quest so much. There's 4 or 5 steps where it's literally just go back to Ada 1, talk to her and do something. It's very annoying. I really hope like they just give us the next step straight away, not go all the way back to the tower, speak to her again, then go out and go do the next step. Hope they, well, figure that out for the next couple of quests. But apart from that, the next step, we have to go to Europa, and it's a familiar place, and we have to go obtain some equipment for Ada 1.
for a terminal with elevated access protocols. There might be one in the... I'm receiving data now. Oh, this is incredible work, and well annotated. So that's how they solved for diatomic partitioning, and the macrofusion blending is just... Apologies. It's just exciting to see the final pieces in front of me. There's a component listed here, some sort of processing unit to calculate the threading algorithms. Looks proprietary. See if your ghost can scan for it based on these parameters. I doubt we'll be able to recreate another one, and none of this will work without it. Yes, that's it. Meet me back in the armory hall, and we'll see what this puzzle looks like when finished.
Now it's time to return back to Ada 1 to see what the equipment will be able to grant us.
Greetings. The Black Armory thanks you. Incredible. I felt confident in my interpretation of their schematics, but to see it actually working is something else entirely. When I used to think about the armory, about my responsibility to it, the weight was almost unbearable. Even in this body, I felt like I could never get enough air. Now, for the first time in a long while, I feel relieved and eager. The synth weave produced by this prototype won't provide combat effectiveness, but I will continue to explore possible applications. Perhaps Ikora could use it for disguising her hidden. With more tensile strength, it could reduce maintenance time on red jacks. I don't know what discoveries lie ahead, but I'm eager to find them. Thank you, Guardian. I can't express what this means to me. Now, shall we give it a try? Hello.
Now these are when the bounties get involved. You can choose which bounty you want to be related to a certain activity of your choosing. They all give the same amount of rewards, well, the currency or material, and then you have to go out and go do that activity, do a certain amount of things for it, and then you'll be handed the amount of materials that, well, are granted. It's a tiny bit of a grind, not too do the bounty, but to get the bounty. That's the grind. She gives us the materials to do the bounty. And now here's a clip of me finishing the last strike after doing the 200 void kills as well in the separate strike, and obtaining the quest step to then go, well, back to Ada 1 again after the strike.
Navota's play for power showed the danger in Hive logic, but also its flaws. You've proven that the path to victory comes only from the light.
We're happy to send the message, Commander.
Excellent work. Return to the tower.
Greetings. Until next time. How can I help?
Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is when the grind starts for transmog. She already gave us previously, and from playing activities, we've already got some materials for the quest, but we have to grind the rest to then complete the step, to then get the bounty, and then complete the bounty, and then we come back to her for the last and final time. It's so annoying. It took me around 3+ hours to just get that additional 50 something materials. In this clip you'll see me finally hitting the 150 mark and then being able to finish that step. It was such a relief, but then now I'm like, oh, I have to now go back to Ada 1 again, grab the bounty, and then go out and do the requirements. But there it is. Now got to go back to her to now get the bounty. I'll see you guys in a sec.
The Black Armory awaits your return. Welcome back. Come visit again soon.
Now that I have the bounty, we gotta now go out and do the requirements. I always normally pick Vanguard because I'm kind of more of a PvE player. I do play a lot of PvP, but I do bounties mostly on PvE. But now that we've got the bounty, we can now head out, do the strike, and then come back with the requirements and also the, well, bounty. and that pretty much concludes the tutorial on the transmog system. I really hope they change and tune to it, because right now it's very grindy. The bounty's alright, but in terms of getting the materials, that's the tough part. Really hope they change it, or they make the grind a bit easier. When it says chance to acquire it, it's actually a lie. There's no chance, it's a set required amount of kills. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Here's a look at all the new week 2 seasonal challenges in case you haven't seen them yet, and also the week 1s. Hope they make the story missions in week 3 and beyond a bit more lengthier, because week 2 was pretty short, but it was filled with a lot of dialogue and some context behind some things. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe. Hoping to get to 10 subs, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.